Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Poppy Joe. Okay, so I've been making a series of analysis, a top to down analysis on different instruments. And like I said, let me know the next instrument you want me to analyze. So now I'm just giving, or this video is just meant to give an update about the analysis that I shared here recently. So now we had an analysis on the AUDUSD. So I'll just give an update on AUDUSD and Euro GBP. Now for the AUDUSD, whereby the last point I stopped because that time I was unable, because of my time, I was unable to complete the video because of the time. Okay. Now this is the analysis that we had on AUDUSD, whereby we had a top to down analysis. Let me just go through and give you a run through the analysis that we had. So now we had this higher time frame analysis whereby we're expecting um we had this up projection that we had this bullish projection that okay, AUD should be going up. Now the market failed to create a new high here. So going to the daily time frame, we saw this as a daily range. You know, these are trading range on the daily time frame from this strong low to this weak high. Now the market has failed to create a new high, making this low here a weak low. Okay, anytime the market makes an impulse swing up and then maybe a retracement and it fails to break the previous high, that low becomes a weak low. Okay, so now that is exactly what we have here. So we are still within this range, actually, this trading range, which is a bullish trading range. We see this as the break of structure. Of course, market closed above this high, you know, the one that was presenting this downtrend. So now market has closed above this high. So we see this as a change of flow to the upside. That means we're still expecting more bullishness on this pair. So now with that taken out of the way, now let's now see what we can expect on this pair. So for us, we are still overall bullish because looking at the higher time frame, like every indication is aligning that this market is already bullish. Okay, we had the market structure shift here. Now let's take it from the higher time frame where the analysis was initially originated. Okay, now so look at what we have here on the weekly time frame, or the 6 months time frame to be precise. We have the market giving us, you know, initially being in a downtrend, and this guy just changed structure. Like I said, closing above this point. Okay, so the moment market changed structure and changed its flow to the upside like this, we started seeing this whole move as a bullish order flow. Okay, now the retracement that happened here did not really give us a proper mitigation, so we see this low to this high as still the trading range. Okay, that means we are not going to be breaking that this to this is a trading range and this to this is a trading range. No, I'll be taking this whole range as a single move, because when you go to the 12, that's on daily, on the yearly time frame, you can see we take it as a single move all the way up there. So now going further, this particular move here was only coming to do a mitigation of the 50% of the fair value gap that we had here. You know, I mentioned that higher time frame, the mitigation, the point of interest that you should always pay attention to on higher time frame. We are looking at the fair value gap and we're looking at liquidity points. Those things are really, really important when you do your higher time frame analysis. Very important. So with that taking note of, now you can see this low, the one that mitigates the fair value gap, is going to be an improper mitigation, right? But then market just used it to, like, you know, do a kind of fast mitigation and then continue order flow. So anytime market is like pushing or respecting the 50% of an imbalance, I don't really see that point as a weak low. Okay, this here now is not a weak low, because if you follow the trend, this is like, let's look at something like this, like having higher high, higher low, and then higher high. So now, but this higher low here is not a valid one. That's the point. This is one of the things that we teach in advanced market structure. This low here is not a valid one because it's not a strong low. It is not formed of a demand zone. You know, I always mention this. This demand here that pushed price upward there is not formed of a demand zone. It is formed of an imbalance. So in that case, it's going to be taken as a potential liquidity point for future rate. Okay, and that was exactly what market came for. Market rated that liquidity to now tap into the actual demand zone. Okay, and now we now see the market giving us this whole flow. Now that's the reason why we're having a bullish bias. So let's go to the monthly time frame to see that. So we saw that mitigation, which is this one here, the one that was mitigating this demand. You can see across all time frame here, right, market was not closing below that liquidity point. You can see that's like one of the ways you can validate a true inducement. Market never closed below it. Market never closed. Even it was very long. The whole mitigation, the whole liquidity hunt was a long move, but then market, they make sure that market does not close below it, giving that indication of smart money involvement in this all buy upwards, right? So now with this, we have a market structure shift here. Of course, this high has not been taken out, which is like the higher time frame high, but then the market has already given us a break of this supply here, meaning we have a shift in structure upwards. Now we have a new daily range from this low to this high, and that's what we have as a retracement here. Let's go to the weekly time frame to see that more clearly also. So as a retracement here, this is the daily range high that we have now from the monthly time frame, from this low to this high, and then we have this sell side liquidity just before the the demand zone that we have here. So the same thing repeating itself here also. The market also got to that demand zone, took out the sell side liquidity and rejected to close. Now, in this case, the market has not closed above this point, but then it has given us a sign of bullishness to close above. Okay, so now the confirmation here is I'm looking for buys on this AUDUSD, and if you know power of the day, this is accumulation manipulation, because clearly we can see that there was a kind of consolidation here, right? Market consolidated, and then okay, let me move this. Okay, now we can see market consolidating here. All right, good. So now the market did a consolidation here and then went below that consolidation, taking out the sell side liquidity. Now, like I said, this move here is like starting a new range, which is why I have this my premium and discount area. So now this blue area here is like my discount zone. You can see the preceding candle here before this imbalance here was like market had this demand zone before the imbalance. Do you get? And now you can see the market has like created a new high, but then it has not closed above. But then it's like giving us that impression of a shift of structure upwards. So now I'm validating the buy trade. I'm still looking for a buy position of this guy here, and I'll give you my entry target and my entry coordinates. So look at this guy here. This is a fair value gap, like I mentioned safely, right? And we had this consolidation that was just like at the 50%. The market took out that 50% consolidation to tap lower to the demand, and immediately market like took out that demand or tap into that demand. What happened? Immediately that guy just shifted structure upwards. You can see closing above this area here. So market shifted structure upwards. So this whole move now, that's why we have this new range from this low, which is from this point here to this high, as a new trading range. So which is why I went to the daily time frame, and that's the new trading range I'm talking about. You see, market even took out the previous low before going high, right? So now this is a trading range from this low to this high. Now all this movement here is like dealing inside of this trading range. All this movement here are like dealing inside the trading range. So now I marked this out. That was on 8 hours time frame. So I check out my YouTube channel and also check out my previous video. I made this analysis whereby I marked this zone and I said we're going to be looking for a sell from here. And I was even targeting this sell side liquidity. Now this is the reason why I targeted this sell side liquidity. Now, market made a mitigation of a demand zone here, quite alright. Okay, and this demand zone, alt because it's also a discount. Look at this. This is our discount area, which is below this point, and this is our premium area. And you can clearly see that this demand is at a discount, right? And market go to that demand and give a reaction. So normally this reaction here ought to give us a new high. So assuming market gave us a new high here, then of course we can just expect a new retracement back to maybe this area and then continuation and stuff like that. But now market did not give us that. Instead, we had a failed swing. Okay, this is a failed swing here. Market failed to break the previous high. So in that case, I was only looking at this area here that okay, let's just assume that the market has not taken it out and then maybe just coming lower. And I had this demand zone on 4 hours, right? Yeah, I had this demand zone on 4 hours. That now let's just take it that market has not taken out the previous high, but it's just like kind of looking down, maybe trying to make a retracement down to pick more momentum and then go higher. But either way, I also have a demand zone here. I also have another zone here that is of very much interest for me. But then I just had this. In fact, that was why my target for the sell was placed at this limit here, because this demand is very obvious. Any other person that has left other block will put that stop loss below this demand, right? So that was why I put that point as a target and expecting a liquidity grab to come and tap into this demand. But that did not happen because now the whole structure thing is still working, because in this case market will target, if market fails to break a previous high, it will target that weak low, the one that sponsored that move. So in this case now, this is a weak low that we know that market is aiming for. So now AUDUSD is like, going for a good sell all the way down here. So now even this particular sell, this is how the sell was presented on the lower time frame. Remember, we had a supply zone quite alright, but then this was a sell setup on the lower time frame. Okay, market took out a high. Okay, liquidity grab. So this is simply one of my strategy whereby I just explain as a stop on plus BOS plus RTO, the one that has fair value gap. So with this simple rule now, you have a stop on leading to a break of structure, and then you return to other block. That's the other block that sponsored that break that has fair value gap. So this is a simple strategy that actually gave the sell. Of course, I didn't join this sell actually because I was on another trade. So, but then the analysis I gave played out perfectly to the pips. So, and again, AUDS is not one of my peers I trade. So I just made this analysis and I'm very, very happy that it's played out the way we want. So most of my other analysis are also playing out. But let's just check out this guy here to like where we intend buying from next. So for me, I intend buying from here, and I'll tell you the reason why. Let's check out the daily time frame. There's a particular thing we saw on the, was it daily or 12 hours time frame? Or was it 8 hours? Okay, let's check this time frame here. So now what we can see here is a breaker block because the market has formed this pattern here, right? The market formed this pattern, right? And the market has not returned to the neckline. So in this case, which is the breaker block, now if I was marking the breaker block, one of the ways you confirm or you trade breaker block is that a breaker block that has a fair value gap is a very good breaker block. So look at this breaker block here, which of course you're marking the neckline candle here, right? So now this breaker block here, now, and this is a fair value gap that was just there. So now matching that both of them together, and one of the things I've also noticed about breaker block is that the 50% of the fair value gap will like be the target, like will be the entry that will also coincide with the breaker block. So in this case, we have the 50% here, which is why I'm placing a limit at this 50%. Like I said, I missed that on this sell, but I will not miss that on this buy. So for me, since taking note of something, this is our daily range. So we're still expecting this daily range to be respected, right? And if market is coming down to like come and use all this point, now this is something you should also note of, take note of, and that is our breaker block is here, fine, and we also have this demand zone. We should not forget that because this is the let me mark this here. Let me just put this as a demand zone, right? So now this is only a fair value gap, and this demand was the one that sponsored this fair value gap. So market could also ultimately return back to that demand zone itself, the one that actually gave this whole momentum upwards. But in some cases, if you are waiting for that kind of demand, you see that there are some instances whereby people miss out on opportunities, and these are the kind of cases, right? So now we know that okay, there's a POI here, and there might be something lower. So what we can just do is wait for market to get here. So I guess I'm not having let me put my alert there. So look, let me put my alert at the week low first, and then let me put my alert at the year thread of the imbalance there. So now this here is a very good setup that will now be taking a buy from this area. Okay, now if market wants to invalidate our setup, okay, that's when market will be going lower and then breaking this zone. So once the market breaks this lower zone, this daily range of the daily, then we know that a new daily range has formed already, and then we can now reevaluate our setup. So now this is what I have on AUDUSD, and the same thing now I have one similar setup update on EURGBP. Now this is AUDUSD, right? And then I also made a similar kind of analysis. My top to down analysis on this one is on my I have it on my, what's this channel called, on my trading view channel. Okay, so this is EURGBP analysis, and I also have similar thing here, quite similar though, but fundamentally it seems the EURGBP will not be buying, but then I'm just looking at it from the structural point of view, right? The market took out the sell side liquidity here, and after taking out the sell side liquidity, of course, it formed the range structure just before that, and then market started buying up. So this one took out liquidity here before creating a new high. So I see this as a range from this low to this high. I see it as a range. So I see all this move that is happening here as what internal range. You can see the example of what we said at that time on that AUDUSD. The market made a move from here, reaction from this imbalance here, right? But did not create a new high. So that low becomes a weak low, a sell side liquidity, which market came for. Now market came back for that low. We have let me show this on maybe probably daily time frame. Now we have no weekly is the best also to show this. So we have this imbalance also here, this fair value gap. The market only reacted at the yield fed initially. Now market now came for a complete fill now. Okay, you can see market now tapping lower and all of those things, and that's the reason why I'm looking for a buy on this guy. Like, okay, since the market has like just done a sell side liquidity sweep, because here now market has taken out the previous low here, and of course giving us a change of character and stuff like that. So that was why I marked this area here as a demand zone, and the market rejected and reacted there quite alright. Okay, the market reacted at that demand quite alright, but then let's see if Euro GBP is really interested in giving us that buy. Okay, so we have other views that we have other sell projections that people are looking at, but for me, I'm only following what I'm saying, right? And I'll only change my bias when certain conditions fail. Okay, and that will be if this demand if this area just fails, if this daily main fails, then I know that okay, Euro GBP, I can now start looking for the sales and all. But for me, my bias still remains that this guy here is going to be bullish. Okay, so and that's what we're currently getting on the Euro GBP. Of course, if you look at it, in terms of the fundamental part, if Euro GBP will be buying this long, just as we projected, it's actually meaning that pounds USD will be selling. And so we currently see that pounds USD, most of the USD pairs like that, we expect USD to be weak in the recent times. And if that will be the case, if GBP USD is going up, that's implying that the USD is weak at that point. I guess so, right? So let's do it. Let's do it. If USD is going down, GU. So if USD card, for instance, is going, if GS is going down, the USD card will be going down. This one will be going up. Yeah. So that's the thing. That means if the USD is going down, then GU will continue going up. But if the USD gains strength, okay, if the USD gains strength, that's if DXY gains strength, then that will support my analysis for GU to go down and this my analysis to go up. Okay, so that is the thing to look at in both analysis. So, but then I'm still like, I'm still holding on to my analysis, and I'll be updating you on the on this particular setup. You can see it's like a very long setup. Funny thing is that I don't trade this pairs. I only make this analysis just for the sake of the BAM and stuff. I don't trade Euro GBP. I don't trade any other. I only trade the Euro USD, Pounds USD, Gold, and Chef JPY. Actually, this is my watch list here, my blue list. These are the things I trade. Now I just added this Euro JPY and AUD USD. I intend trading AUD USD now going forward because I see very good price action on it also, just similar to my Euro USD and Pounds USD. So I'll be adding the AUD USD to my watch list. Now we have the Euro JPY, which I'll be taking off. That guy's an idiot. And we have the DXY. So definitely, just like I mentioned, right, follow through with this analysis and let's see how the market unveils opportunities for us. So I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, comment, subscribe, and share this particular video. I'll be giving more content over the weekend. You can just suggest the topics you want me to talk about and also the peers you want me to analyze so that we can get right onto it over the weekend. See you on the next one.